Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another video. Today, we're doing some work ourselves with the help of a buddy. One of our homies, Seth, is here detailing Jordan's car. Okay, well, that makes a lot of noise. Okay. Seth knows a lot about the exterior of a car. As you guys know, my canard, well, one of my canards, was executed by a dildo. For those who don't know what that means, well, at about 100 miles an hour, not that I was going 100 miles an hour, I would never do that, that's illegal. A giant, roughly 13-inch silicone dildo, very heavy, fell off the car in front of me. Don't ask why it was on the car, when we were on New Rally in Las Vegas, and it knocked my canard clean off my car. I'm talking zero residue left behind on the seal and everything like that. And I actually just took off my other canard, and I actually had to use Goo Gone okay, hi dog, settle down. And I had to use Goo Gone to get that off. Long story short, I got new canards. I wanted those same canards, they're RSS, Road Sports Supply, GT4 canards. I tried finding ones forever, couldn't find ones, they discontinued them from the company, and finally, I found a brand new set, open box, for half the price, which is technically the same price as paying for one. So it's perfect. And the other one had a bunch of water spots, and it was like corroded, the clear coat on it. So it's gonna look really good. I just installed one myself, I'll show you that, but it's gonna be really loud, and we're about to do the other one. Other new canard, excuse the noise, and the brand new installed. This was the side that already had a good canard left on it. That is the brand new canard that I just did myself. Not bad. Placement is identical. That is really loud. And then over here, we are all prepped and loaded for the next canard. Let's go. She is so far good to go. We're on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is scary. What if it's off a little bit? I guess no one will notice, but I think it's perfect.
Double check, second eyes. Keep it right there.
The only thing is this one's a little bit further out. That's it.
You think so?
Just a tiny bit.
I don't think so.
It's not noticeable, but in my OCD eye it is, I think.
It's literally like within freaking 2 millimeters.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone will notice.
A standing push?
Angle for this guy.
Yeah.
We'll measure it just for the comments, you know, just for the commenters.
I'll put money on that it's within 2 millimeters.
Oh yeah.
For
Your car's
sure.
dirty.
My car?
Not that bad.
Hey, be nice to
Look
her.
it in the sun.
She's a track car that
Yeah.
has never been to the track, but she cruises the canyon a lot.
Babe, look how dirty your car is.
You're a car.
Oh great, she drew a heart on it. Awesome. This is where working out comes in. They say you don't need to be strong to work on cars, but they're lying. Okay. Oh my god, canards are back on my car. Man, how does she look? Let's just get her from that frontal angle. Oh, baby, she's back. I miss them so much. Here, let's take a perfect frontal angle. Well, at this angle, they look perfect, right? I mean, could also be my camera. She looks good. God, I'm tired. Let's get an angle here. We'll see how she looks. Okay, she's about, say the point is a little over an inch, inch and a quarter. That one's like a little more than a ½ inch. Come over here. She's about, yeah, I'd say a little more than an inch and a quarter here, but like by pretty much nothing. And yeah, I'd say she just moved this way like absolutely unnoticeable amount. Now I gotta clean off this little Sharpie and then we're good as new. GT4 is back. And she's got new fresh canards. Now, I have sad news that you guys might already know if you follow me on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, not only do you not know, but you should. It's down below. Sad news. Aha. Actually, it's probably not that cold, but.
Nope.
Old M2-y. Kind of gave her a clean yesterday, but she doesn't look very clean, to be completely honest with you. I wanted to film a video where she actually looked nice posted up behind me. I haven't really touched on this yet on my channel officially. If you guys follow my Instagram, like I said earlier in the video, you know this because I've posted a lot about it. Maybe you've even seen my car listed. But for those who don't know, the M2 is for sale. I am letting go of the M2. It actually looks kind of good when the sun's behind my head. And I'm letting go of the M2 for a couple of reasons. Again, the people following me on social media might know these reasons. It's honestly just set up too similar to my GT4. I can't say the original N55 M2 is a direct competitor to my GT4. Obviously, this thing is stage 2 plus-ish for the most part, and if I did a couple suspension tweaks and I actually put time into it, it could be a direct competitor for the GT4 as the new M2 CS is, and in my opinion, I like this engine a little better. That's kind of the issue, is it's rear-wheel drive. Say I want to go on a road trip and anywhere that has snow, right? So I took this car up to Arizona recently, and I wanted to stop kind of like around the Grand Canyon, and there was snow, so I couldn't take it. Not that it'd be much better than an all-wheel drive car, but most all-wheel drive cars can handle that stuff, and it's just kind of the same thing. When I bought these cars, I made sure one was manual, one was auto, because I do not like having two cars cars have the same transmission, because then I start kind of comparing them to one another, kind of like my NSX and my Golf R. Golf R had a really good transmission, but the NSX was just so good that it made my Golf R worse. That, I kind of hit the nail on the head, but too similar, right? They don't make crazy power because they're both rear-wheel drive. Even in this car, I decided to make it Stage 2 Plus. It's probably running around 400 wheel, 390 wheel, and it's kind of just spins tires. And obviously I could put R888s on it, or I could even put Cup 2s on it. It'll probably grip a little better, probably be a little quicker, but that would go backwards and defeat the purpose, right? Like then it would be even less usable. And if it's raining, it's not, it's just too similar. And my arm really hurts. So yeah, the M2 is officially for sale. It's not here to promote it for sale. I'm just kind of updating you guys so some of you guys know. It is for sale with all the mods, and or I could put it back to stock. I have no problem doing so. If anyone's interested, but like seriously interested and in the LA area or wants to ship, $50K with all the mods, $46K completely bone stock. It is a Black Shadow edition, one of 50 in the United States, which comes with like the 763M wheels, which I think are like $6 grand on their own, $5,800 on their own. Maybe some of you guys don't even know it. It comes with the black sapphire metallic paint, sapphire black metallic, however it goes, carbon mirrors, carbon diffuser, and yeah, the wheels. I believe that's it. I love this thing to death. I'm actually really sad it's going, but at the same time, I'm just kind of bored of it. It's just like having a GT4. It's not manual, so I guess that is a little different. It is quicker than my GT4 in a straight line, but around a can, it's just not as refined. And you kind of see a lot of these videos lately where the M2 CS is being compared to the GT4, and it doesn't really matter what they do to that car. It's not that much different than the M2 competition, and there's just a big barrier of build quality between a BMW M car like this and a GT4. Porsche does build quality right. The steering feel, the suspension feel, and again, it could be better on the CS, and I'm sure it is. Even the M2 Comp, which I haven't spent too much time in, but it is better than this car. It's just not Porsche. And everyone's been kind of comparing it to the new 718 GT4, which I haven't driven, but from what I've seen is kind of just a more numb, usable version of the GT4, which is already a very usable car. So I do kind of want an all-wheel drive car. I'm sure you guys have kind of gotten the hint. I have been kind of looking at RS3s, which is all-wheel drive, really quick in a straight line, still going to be fun around the canyon, would be awesome on a road trip. A car I would love, but that's definitely like almost double my budget, is the E63S's. I drove one of those. I would love a wagon, but the only way I could get a wagon would be to sell my GT4, and I'm pretty much never going to sell that car. So instead, in today's video, you guys saw, we're doing more work on the GT4. So we did canards. I have another kind of small part that will go on the inside of my car, and then we do have some more mods coming. So just know this car's done. We can still film content with it. I don't want to put too many miles on it, but I just want to let you guys know because I haven't really officially made a video about it. The M2 is for sale. So with that being said, we'll get back in the M2. Just get a little drive going. I say I'm not going to be sad to let it go, but at the same time, I definitely will. The M2, so there's kind of a sequence of all the cars. For those who don't know the cars I've had, my first ever like sports car was my Golf R, was Mark 7, and then immediately after that I was in a position where I was able to buy a gated manual V8 R8, first generation, but the last year of the first generation, so 2012, right before the facelift, which was 2014 and 15, and then the brand new R8s, as you guys know, the full body, full car facelift. After that car, I sold the R8. I was then in a position to buy an NSX. The new NC1, new gen NSXs were at a really, really good price, and I knew they would go up in price. The person who bought my car, shout out, is actually in a really good position right now because I was impatient. I sold that car kind of before they started to go up again in price. I definitely didn't lose any money on the car, so no complaints, but if I held that car for a while, I do think those are a really good buy. Could be a little windy in there. I bought my NSX down in the low hundreds, and now you can't even really find one for like sub 120. I sold my NSX for around that, and if I held it, I think they're gonna go up in price. I just think you get too much car for the money. But then again, now you can get like 570Ss, and Huracans are kind of coming down, so not exactly sure what prices will do, but I think that's a really underappreciated car. After that car, I missed having a manual 3-pedal car, and both my cars were automatic. So I got out of that car into my GT4 that I have now. I don't think I'm ever gonna sell that car. Those, in my mind, are gonna be one of the greatest Porsche GT cars of its time. I think that'll go up there with the GT3 RS 4.0, the old 2RS, 997 2RS, just all those cars in my mind. Again, don't attack me. Yes, it's a little biased, but if you've driven one, you understand how good that car is. And I think with them putting the 4.0 engine in the new GTSs and just that new GT4 being a little dumbed down, I think the 981 is the one that's going to be sought after a long time. So that's my car I have now. And then I put in a position to buy the M2. I'd always wanted M2. So the Golf R was like a car I'd always wanted. I wouldn't call it a dream car, but a car that I didn't think I'd be in a position to buy. So when I bought that car, it was my first ever sports car I always bought. So that's kind of what made the experience so special. But the M2 was literally a dream car of mine. And I actually haven't said this before, but like a year before, 2 years maybe before I bought my M2, I sat in the exact same spec as this car, a Black Shadow Edition, which at the time I didn't know it was a Black Shadow Edition. I just saw that it had the 763M wheels, which I really liked, but I wasn't in a position to buy one then. So this is a car that's like really close to my heart. And I just think me having the GT4 kind of made me a little more bored. I don't want to say I underappreciate this car, because I really think this is an amazing car. I can claim there is no other driver's car you can buy for the money right now than the first generation M2. You can buy these under 40 grand, up into like the high 40s, like my car is with mods, even 50 grand. Mods are cheap. The car outperforms really everything up until like 60 grand if you're talking proper driver's car. Canyons, you can even take this thing to the track. I mean, you could turn this thing into a full track build. These are such impressive cars. I'm really sad to let this car go. I don't want to mumble on too much, but I did kind of just want to make a video letting you guys know that this car is for sale. So we will have another car joining the channel soon. I don't know if it's going to be an RS3. I like the new Mark 8 Golf Rs, but those aren't coming out for a while. Maybe my stock portfolio blows up and I buy an E63S wagon. You never know. If you guys have any all-wheel drive cars that you guys kind of think I should look at, kind of sub 60 grand, let me know. And if anyone actually wants this car, don't waste my time. I don't like when people do that. And yeah, DM me, let me know. She is available. If you want to pay for shipping, I'll happily ship this car. I mean, she is set up right now. So without further ado, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Sorry for my little car content hiatus, but I've been busy. Peace.
Yeah.